evening, everyone, and how are you doing? Welcome to the Midnight Ride with Grayman Prepping. And how are y'all doing out there? I see some in the comments there. Everyone's talking about what's going on out here on the west side of the country with the storms and stuff, and some of the other storms moving across. I got worse news for you on that front. But first, let me say hi to everybody. So let's get up here and scroll back to the top. So the first one in was Suzanne Gallet, followed by Walt Rogers, Mother Earth Garden Club, Phelan Clan Wolf, Chef Tech, Diana 2, Howie at Food Forest Permaculture, Kaylin Strain. Everybody's chit-chatting. Okay, those are the ones making comments so far, but we got a lot more numbers up on the board there. So if you're lurking, please remember to hit the thumbs up so you don't forget later on. And at least if you can check and just say lurking or listening, whatever. I'm going to bring up one comment here before I jump into the news here. Yeah, I saw several picture commentaries going on, what's going on in the Sierras. With the snow and stuff, and people going all over the place, and a couple different people posting memes from this year's photos of people sliding off the road. And the one was saying meeting of the summer tire club. Insinuated people haven't switched to the winter tires. The other one that I think was more apropos was, the meeting of I like to speed on dry surfaces, but I forget I got to slow down 40 miles an hour when it's wet and icy club. And Luce is here. It's the Marshmallow Man. Oh, and here she is, CB at Hugo Homestead. All right. So, yeah, there is some interesting things going on. And I'm really interested in seeing what I've found out today with, hang on, I'm getting something out of the way. There we go. With what is and is not being reported in the news. Now, I found out that some of the national ones are reporting this. New York Times, ABC News, and then some local ones elsewhere. WSJ, CFO Drive, Quartz, news outlets about Spirit Airline. Hey, Tukwavi. Evidently, Spirit Airline. A couple days ago, filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and several of the things we were talking about it in the little clips I found on both on YouTube and on Facebook were saying that that it's a lot of the problems are being blamed on certain programs put in place by Captain Crazy and his administration that are harmful to certain center of the column and right-wing businesses. And and so that's what some were saying about Spirit got affected by those bias programs being put in place, and so they got hurt. Let's see. Yeah, and here's the thing: is and this is from WSJ opinion. Biden antitrust and Spirit Airlines bankruptcy. Meet the latest victim of the Biden administration antitrust policy. Wait a minute. Spirit is a cheap budget. Ain't no no antitrust involvement there. They're too small to be antitrust, but they're being targeted through the program because, you know, hey, they're not supporting him. All right. Any other comments I need to jump on? CB's puppies experienced snow for the first time. 62 in South Florida. Spring has arrived, according to Took by V. Yeah. And that's the next one. That's going to be the last news article coming up on here. I got some other ones. The one that just came out 3.5 hours ago is like, holy crap, not again. Anyways, let me get rid of that. I don't need that up there anymore. And let's go to the my news folder here. Okay, first headline, and I'm going to butcher this name. Zelensky, and I froze. Zelensky signals change with Trump in power. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky confirmed on Friday that his country. Oh, come on! I hate it when my computer does this, and it just kicked me because Epic Times. I haven't looked at Epic Times in over a month. It goes, "Oh, you used up your free lookies for this month." No, I haven't even looked at it this month. Oh well. I'm just try again, see if I can get in there again. The war will end, but there's no set date, the Ukrainian leader says. In a European political community summit in Budapest on the 7th. So peace, a just peace is critical for us, so we do not feel we've lost the best. Only to have injustice forced upon us. Okay, yeah. So the Ukraine's looking forward to an end of the war now that Trump's in place. All right, let's go over here. Oh, this one was sent to me, and it's a drinking water recall update. And it's I got this off of Newsweek. Someone sent it to me, and it's off of Newsweek. So this is, I think it's just mind-boggling of stupidity on levels that are amazingly. Anyone that's been paying attention to plastic water bottles and all the crud going on with plastic water bottles, and the fact that they're not made for long-term water storage. In fact, they're not. Technically, they're probably not good for water storage for a week. That's what I got my new metal stainless steel flask here. So the FDA issued a Class 3 risk classification to Berkeley Club Beverages Inc.'s recall of over 1,000 bottles of water last Friday. The FDA erroneously reported that the number of bottles was over 150,000. But a spokesperson told Newsweek that the agency is working to correct its enforcement report. Berkeley Club Beverages spokesperson told Newsweek that the FDA's original number was a tremendous mistake and that most bottles were recovered, quarantined, and destroyed. No illnesses reported. And does it say? I'm trying to see. Oh, test positive for coliforms, coliforms, a bacteria unlikely to cause illness, but can indicate other pathogens. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So water bottles were being recalled for that, and it's like, and then Fiji water. You know, Fiji water, that super healthy water from Fiji? More than 78,000 cases, not bottles, cases of Fiji natural artesian water were recalled in March after the company testing revealed levels of manganese and 3 bacterial Jarana that through the bacteria identified were non-pathogenic and non-harmful. Non-pathogenic, non-harmful. Wow. It sounds like they're recalling stuff that's as good as drinking from a clean mountain spring. Anyways, so that Fiji water's doing it. Then I can't even pronounce it. It's a Hawaiian name. Waiakea, Hawaiian volcanic water. More than almost 4,000 cases of that natural alkaline electrolytes, deep well water in 1 liter bottles that after customers complained of floating particles in the water. The water was distributed in Pennsylvania, Maryland, New Jersey, Michigan, Texas, Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, and Colorado. The floating pieces were not identified in the FDA recall, and the FDA issued a Class 2 classification to the recall in April. Real alkalized water, another recall going on. Jeez. Let's see, how many more recalls are there? Okay, that's the last one going on. So, yeah, so there, water is being recalled in bottles because people are too lazy to just get themselves a filter system and clean what's coming up out of the tap. All right. The nation's first case of emerging monkeypox strain detected in the San Francisco Bay Area. So now, besides acting like zombies and donkeys, now they're going to start acting like monkeys in the San Francisco Bay Area. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, there's an E. coli outbreak linked to carrots recall going on. And so at least one California resident has died from it, a lot more sickened from it. Wash your vegetables, people. Hey, Moon over Miami. Let's see here. This one here is, yeah. I've started looking for replacements myself after this one here. Sometimes you use something all the time and you think, oh, this is not like the spatulas and the spoons and the ladles that are the black plastic, type stuff. Okay. Toxic black plastics lurk in California kitchens, kids' toys, researchers warn. Black kitchen ladles, food containers, toys, etc. are often made using plastics recovered from e-waste. All right. Oh, let's recycle these plastics. Hey, it's just like recycling glass. It's absolutely safe. Yeah. Well, now they got recovered from plastics and e-waste, and researchers say that's the problem. Okay. All right. Often made from plastic recovered from recycled electronics, these products are toxic. Where is the one? There was something specific in here. I got to find where it is again because I read this several days ago. They stated that e-waste usually contains flame retardants. Okay, so the e-waste contains flame retardants and is then ground up and stuff and reformed into spatulas, spoons, containers, and stuff. And the researchers say that toxic chemicals are getting into our bodies. For the study published in Chemosphere, 203 household products made with black plastic, kitchen utensils, food containers, toys, hair accessories, and other products were screened for presence of the carcinogen flame retardants. Researchers found that 85% of the items tested contained retardants in concentration ranging up to 22,800 mg/kg. What is the safe level? The article says here. The presence of flame retardants in household products is concerning because there is no safe because there is no safe exposure level to them. So if you have the black spatulas and stuff like that, you get at Walmart and Target and other places, time to ditch them. Yeah. Okay, black silicone products aren't made with plastic from recycled e-waste, but you can't tell which ones are not made from recycled and and which ones are potentially dangerous. Toys with black plastic can also be very harmful for kids, such as little toy cars that have the black wheels on them. Recycled e-waste. Any other information here on it? Anyways, you can look it up yourself to see news articles on it and stuff on the black plastics there. Let's go over and get back here to the other ones here. All right, so this one here was on November 19th. It is a once in a decade. All right, get this. Once in a decade, bomb cyclone fueled atmospheric river, a severe impact Bay Area and northwest United States. Okay, so they're saying it's a once in a decade, and it goes into stuff like that. And we're going to talk more about that with the updates at the end here. I'm just going to read some of the headlines. Okay, bird flu detected in Bay Area child. Let me see if I can find something here to give you a counter news to that. because they're talking about the about, oh, well, bird flu is very hard to get the people, but we're still trying to figure out a cure for it. And where is it here? I have to see. Okay, come on, dang it. I know I saved it here. Let me try this. Yeah, okay, crap. Must have gotten, it didn't take when I saved it. Dang it. Oh, well. There was a reel on it, some doctors talking about it, and I can't remember what herb it is. I don't think it's lemongrass. It might be. But they were talking about a specific herb. I will try to find it and put it out on a community tab notification. But this herb, you feed it to the chickens, kills all the bird flu in the chickens, and the chickens are just fine. A person has it, they chew a little bit of it, kills the bird flu in people. But it's something we're supposed to be talking about taking anyways for health and stuff. This just happens to be a side benefit of it. But Big Farm doesn't want any people to do that. All right. Bird flu. All right. I got to pull up some information for this one. This pisses me off no end when I read this. Okay. C-A. I'll get it up here. Okay. So, California pays its governor $218,556 a year. Okay. Pros. So not even $250,000. All right. Newsom, the great nuisance of California, buys a $9 million home. I mean, how the heck does someone making only $200,000 a year can afford to buy a $9 million home? And I'm trying to find the 9.1 million home. The 5,600 square foot home has 6 bedrooms, swimming pool, spa, and view of Mount Tamalpais. And how do you, I'm going to see if it shows how he financed it. I didn't want to, okay. Plus, the family will keep their 3.7 million residents in Fair Oaks outside of Sacramento. So he's not selling the other house. And they don't say whether he paid cash for it or what sort of financing he got on it. What do you want to bet? Some sort of financing was set up on it and some super PAC is paying it off. What do you want to bet? Yep, Howie, yep. All right. So, what got me on that one, it just utterly screams, to me, it screams criminal malfeasance on that. Let's see. Okay. So on the 20th, yesterday, this was the headline. Triple bomb cyclone slams West Coast, killing 2, soaking millions. All right. But then they clarified that later on with the last story here. But so two other ones real quick. So a retailer to close 138 stores in California and other places as well. And let's look at it here. I'm trying to remember the store. It's an auto parts store. It is Advanced Auto Parts. Plans to close 136 stores in California, along with distribution centers in Bakersfield and San Bernardino. Gee, Nuisance is doing a great job in promoting businesses in California. All right. This is another one. Came off of Instagram. FEMA employee fired after telling relief team to skip houses with Trump signs following Florida hurricane. Okay. Unfortunately, the link for this is too long for me to put it in the comments. I'm gonna have to add it after the live stream to the description so you guys can do it. But yeah, there was several of the FEMA employees were told by their supervisors to skip houses or tell people that we can't do anything with you as long as you have that sign in your front yard, because the FEMA director said that anyone with those on it are to be considered domestic terrorists. Yeah, those orders that came from the vice president. Yeah, so yeah, they were really trying to screw people over there. All right, let's get back over here. All right, the latest one here on it, they were calling it they corrected that third bomb system coming in. It's the second one. And so second bomb cycle ready to explode with rain, wind, cirrus, snow. And this picture doesn't show a good one, so I'm going to go to the other, but basically it's coming down and turning in. So as it heads south, it makes a left turn into the shore. I mean, into the shore. I mean, I don't need that ad up. I get too many ads. Let me hide this from the ads. A new bomb cycle forming over the Pacific could play a role in what forecasters expect to be a stormy and wet Friday across the San Francisco Bay Area. Of course, this has been reported from the Bay Area. But looking at this paper, at the photo here, Howie's going to have another one coming at Howie that's going to hit him tomorrow. And so heavy rain from the atmospheric river continued Thursday in the North Bay on the heels of a record-breaking day that brought more than 7 inches of rain to Santa Rosa, 10 inches of the coastal mountains of Sonoma County in over 24 hours. Santa Rosa experienced the second wettest day in 120 years. All right, so this one storm's coming across. It's supposed to be hitting us. Let me look. When is it supposed to hit us here? The refresh here. Yeah, so we're tomorrow we're supposed to have clear, and we're supposed to be getting Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, rain and snow here in eastern Idaho. So it is going to head east across, and then once it gets over the Rockies, then it's going to head into the rest of the United States there. Let's see, where was the other one on it? All right, here's the zoom out picture. So the storm here's on shore here. It kind of stopped swirling, but it still has an eastward track on it. Is doing it. This one here is building up to come in and hit Howie, and this was from today. Today's photo. Here's another one farther south that's hitting California. That's starting from the Atmospheric River. It's coming down, curving in, and it's starting to do a little swirl thing. So it'll stall out and dump a bunch of water. And then farther up here, off of Russia, more of that storm up there is going to be coming down over the next week or so. Yeah, so this is going to be a wet Thanksgiving for a lot of people. All right, so let me go. Yeah, so that's what's coming through, and this is all. These pictures are off of the NOAA weather channel there. So let me go back here, and yeah, so that covers everything there. Let me go ahead and mark those as good. Okay, get that out of the way. There we go, and drop that down. Now, on a better note, folks, I talked about the video that Gunslinger Outdoors put up, this short video. And I went to the thing and I ordered 4 batteries. They came today, and yes, it's got green on here, so the green is the green's taken out. But this is the so it's 50 amp hours or 640 watt hours power for this, and you say, oh, that's small. Well, this is only a 50. Most of the ones you get are twice this size for the 100 amp. And I got 4 of these, so I got 200 amps. I just need to fix it up now. But they did each come with a little packet with stuff on it. It's going to disappear. Yeah, see, it disappears because it's green on the other side. That's their company color, green. Perfect. I mean, it matches the green screen. It's like, dang. But if I can find it here. Those little screws are how the wires will attach. And so, yeah, I'll be getting stuff set up to have that up here, and I'll be able to hook it up to my Kodiak power station to boost my Kodiak power station to give it, a lot more time if the power goes out this winter. depending how things go, I may go ahead and buy something later on so I can have it in, in the next 3 weeks here, so I can have it in the laundry room, utility room there, for the furnace to be able to keep the furnace running. But all right, let me pull up some other little images over here. Trying to think what the last ones I showed were. I think it's that. I'm not sure if it was this one or not. Got some pictures for you guys. I showed that one. I showed that one. Hey, Jeremy, how's it going? Tennessee Tactical One's in the house for a little bit here. Yeah. I like this. Not trusting an industry that is financially dependent on you being sick. Hey, Lewis.
Hey.
Yeah. Sick does not make it a conspiracy theory, but it actually shows critical thinking skills, which is something certain powers that be don't want you to have. They want to keep you dumb and sick. Yeah, Pelosi is suing McDonald's for trademark infringement. That was a good one. Let the deportations begin. Unfortunately, it's not happening. As of this afternoon, I have found 3 that are moving out. Here's Mark. Hey, Mark.
Hey. Hey.
So, people, if you're putting up your Christmas decorations before Thanksgiving, you're one of the causes of Jack Frost coming out and trying to do his decorating for Christmas as well with snow. Stop putting out Christmas decorations before the turkey is done.
Can I put them out while I'm cooking turkey?
No, day after.
Okay.
Black Friday. Black Friday. This is one I sent to my I found it, sent to my my nephews and stuff. Oh man, they were just busting up laughing. Curious, how many guns do you have? 2? Only 2? I assumed you have more because you hunt. Oh, I thought you meant on me.
Mm.
All right, so that's the I gotta find the other ones here.
They say if you know how many guns you have, you don't have enough.
No, you got to know how many guns you have, but if it takes you a minute to recall them all, then you're fine. But if you can recall them, oh, I got 5. No, you don't have enough. And he's officially lurking. The captain is in the house. Arr, mateys.
What's up, Steve?
Where is it? Where did I put it? Come on, I just did a new. There it is. Okay, not that one. We got a test for you people that claim to be old fogies. Someone put out one. I'm looking at it, and they were saying, if you're old, the old as F challenge, and they were saying that they're putting it out to boomers, and I'm like, no, everything you just listed is not for boomers. It's for
Gen Xers.
Yeah, or even after Gen Xers. All right, you ready for this one? Everybody, count these up. There are 10 here. How many out of 10 do you get? Number 1. Have you ever had 8-track tapes?
I hated 8-track tapes. I opted for cassettes.
I had both, and I was using 8-track tapes for my sound system for my haunted house because it went continuous.
Well, yeah.
Okay. How many of you listened to 45s?
Yep.
I'm not talking about ACP. Or how many here? Here's the tough one. How many here have listened to 78s?
On a Victrola? I did.
Yes, I did.
So did I.
Oh, I grew up listening to that stuff.
Yeah, cranking that
and
handle,
Molly.
listening to it, having a blast the whole time in Grandma's basement. Yep.
Oh yeah. All right. How many of you have had a transistor radio, a AM transistor radio? You know,
Had or
have a old transistor radio. My uncle, for my first memory of him is sitting there telling, shh, I'm listening to the ball game, and he's got one ear thing in, and he's listening to the San Francisco Giants. Let's see. How many have replaced the tubes in your TV?
I never had to. I had TVs with tubes.
Yeah, we replace tubes in TVs.
Use the phone alphanumeric like
prefix, yeah,
like Cincinnati 8200 or whatever. Yeah.
Mine growing up, I remember
my freaking old.
I remember my first one. It was Academy 8, so it's AC Academy, which was 228. 0914 was my parents' first phone number. Yeah, and sometimes, and when as little kids, you called when you called the operator and stuff, and they said, well, sometimes they would ask, "What's your number?" And you say Academy 8, and they go, "Okay," and we connect to something else like making a collect call or whatever. How many of you went to a car hop restaurant?
Long time ago.
Yeah. We used to go every Sunday after church. We'd go to A&W Root Beer Restaurant.
Yep.
And get the me and my brothers would get the baby burger. My sister, who's 10 years older than me, and my mom would get the mama burger, and my dad would get the papa burger.
And a root beer. Or
wait. Root beer floats all the way around.
I drank Orange Crush, but anyway.
How many of you had soda pop from a glass bottle because they didn't come in cans yet?
Yeah, my dad's gas station.
I remember those glass bottles.
Yeah.
Hang on
a second. I gotta see what the Corsair said. Did Gil just say his phone number was 11? Like he's old enough? No. That's the alphanumeric one. This is after they were up to 7 digits. Barely. Let's see here.
Had your milk? Yeah.
Before I go to the milk one here, my favorite drink was something called Delaware Punch, and it was in glass bottles for the longest time. And finally, they went over to cans. They went out of business because what the cans made it taste nasty.
Yeah,
it was the best stuff.
The old Rip Tops tasted like metal. Yep.
Yeah. All right. How many had your milk delivered in glass bottles, either half-gallon or gallon glass bottles?
How many of you chased the milkman down the road in the summertime to get a brick of ice out of him so you could lick it for 20 minutes with whatever contamination was on there, and we survived?
Yep. Let's see. How many of you had your hunting rifle in the rear window rack at high school because you went hunting after school with your friends?
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah. Every pickup truck in my high school had a shotgun and a rifle in the rear window. Wait a minute.
I grew up in New Jersey.
The principal had a pair of shotguns in the rear. Here's the thing, because he liked going pheasant hunting.
I grew up in Jersey. They didn't allow guns.
The secretary in the administration office, she had a rifle in her truck. Shannon Brooksby, my class president, she had a shotgun and a rifle, and what was the other thing? Was it 2 rifles or was it 2 shotguns? Anyways, in her little Jeep Cherokee, whatever, it's like, hey, gotta love Northern Arizona. Hey, Tammy Harder, how's it going? I knew Jeremy was going to remember that.
Oh, I remember him. We couldn't carry him in Jersey.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. So so that is a true boomer and a little bit into the Gen X stuff, because my wife was talking about her father had a rifle in the back of their little pickup.
Yeah, and when a cop pulled you over with a rifle and a shotgun hanging on the back window, he didn't pull his gun out and say, get out of the car. He just said, license, registration, where are you going? Why were you speeding? Are you in a hurry? What's your mom's name? I'm going to call her now. Go home.
Yeah. Exactly. Either that or they come over. And what was funny is sometimes when someone got a new rifle at school, after school, all the teachers were out there too, checking it out.
Oh, you got the new Mossberg? Oh man, can I check it out?
When I got my my Remington 10-shot bolt action for Christmas. Oh yeah, I mean after Christmas, everybody made sure they had their guns when they came to school, because Coach Griff had tables set up in the gym, and we'd all go around looking at each other's guns and stuff. He did have the rule, hey, make sure there's no ammunition before you bring it in here. Make sure it's all empty. Usually everybody's had it still in the box, hadn't been loaded it up yet, and brought it in the box, so.
And we thought it was fun when the football team picked up my principal's Honda Civic, the original Civic that weighed 900 pounds, would pick it up and turn it sideways in a parking space between 2 of the football players' trucks so he couldn't leave.
All right. So, so this was about 72, 73. One of the at church, the young man's group leader had one. I mean, and the guys were laughing. Goes, man, my brother's big Honda, 4-cylinder, the big Goldwing motors, weighs more than your car does.
Mm-hmm.
They went and picked it up, carried it up the 12 steps up to the church, and put it sideways outside the church door on the big patio area there.
We weren't that mean. We
No,
just
they did not leave. They
moving around to piss them off.
Yeah, they did not leave, but they stayed at church, but they hid until he came out, and it'd be like, Bishop. And before the bishop got out there, they all came out of nowhere,
carried it back down the stairs, and
picked it up, carried it back down the stairs, and took off again.
I don't know what you're talking about. Well, what do you mean your car is stuck on the steps? What? It's right there. What's wrong with you? It's in a parking space.
Party lines, yes. I remember my my sister talking about the party line they had before I was born, when we still lived down in Glendale, California.
That's you could literally pick up your phone and just listen to everybody.
Yeah, except you had to be very careful about it. And because sometimes it'd make that extra click and they'd know somebody was listening.
Yeah. Who else is on here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Excuse me.
Hey,
there's some.
So did anybody realize that the old dial phones made that clicking sound? You could actually dial a phone number by tapping the not the receiver, the little buttons on there.
Either the buttons or the hook for the wall one.
Yep. If you tapped it, like 3 times real
Morse
quick,
code.
4 times real quick. You could do that and dial a number, and it would pick up. It's like, wow, I could dial a number by tapping Morse code in my phone.
Hang on. Oops, I got to get this set in the right one. There it is. Okay, got to get my folders here back. Yeah, it was some and things, I saw the funniest videos where some parents had kept their old not they had the trim line phone, and the Princess phone was this little square, over the road, and they set it out and they plugged it in. It still worked, and they just plugged it in and call your friend.
What?
And they're looking at the what? And they could, they're like that. They pick it. It's got a dial tone. I mean, it's got a tone, a noise. What's going on? That's called the dial tone. It means you can dial.
Wait. I have two brand new in the box Heinz ketchup bottle telephones.
Oh.
You've seen. Oh yeah, they're still there. They work. We plugged one in once. It's like, yep, still work. Touch tone, but it wasn't a dial. It was a touch tone from I think it was from the mid 70s. Now,
what we used to do with old phones like that? We get the phones, and we would power them with 9-volt batteries and run lines from the upstairs bedroom at my grandmother's out to the tree fort.
Yeah, you know what else you can do?
And basically, you pick it up, and I can't remember if the number of taps were. You do so many taps, and it would ring the other side.
So the black and red wire coming out of the wall for your phone, if you hooked it to an RCA jack and put it on an input jack on your old stereo, you wouldn't hear anything. When you put it on auxiliary, you would just hear a hum. But when somebody picked up the phone, you could listen to everything and record it on your tape deck built into your tape deck tuner and record player thing, and hit record. I used to record my sister's phone call conversations. Oh my God. She would flip out because, 10 o'clock at night, she'd sneak over to the phone, and mine was always hooked up. I just left it on auxiliary. And as soon as somebody picked up a phone, I would hear the tone and the dial and the conversation. It was amazing. My dad was like, really? You really did that? I'm like, oh, yeah, I did that. He had no idea. I just figured, I'm like, oh, let me see what happens. I plugged it in. Yep, works. Cool. There was no internet to figure that out back then. You just figure stuff out on your own.
Yeah, it was great times for that stuff. But
no internet and phone cameras to record you, and because most of us probably be in jail by now for the stuff we did back then.
Oh yeah, people be freaking out. You did what? Sorry, statute of limitations, folks.
Yeah, sorry, it's been 48 years. Not a problem.
Oh, and Wow. I remember when houses had intercom so you could talk to anyone in the house. Yeah. We had the Radio Shack. Radio Shack, the greatest store ever.
Realistic. Yep.
Yeah. And Tandy was Realistic and Tandy. You know, it's like, yeah. We had you had your base, and then you had three other ones. So you could call the base, and the base could call everybody else, but you couldn't call the other ones. You know.
Yeah.
So there would be one out in the garage, one in the family room. The master would be on the wall between the kitchen and the dining room.
You're in the kitchen.
Yeah, and the one would be out in the one house was out on the covered patio, where we spent most of our time playing around it, in the summertime and stuff.
Yeah. Boys, dinner time. Oh crap! Mom can hear us. And you could listen. You could hit the button to just listen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those were good times. Yeah, it was fun times going on. Yeah, it was, and thing is, the wire. They were simple idiot wiring, which basically was it had your wire, and it had the
the speaker and the microphone wire. Yep.
Yeah, that size thing on it, and you just plugged it in, and into both units, and so you just ran it around, and then you take the little staple gun with the U-shaped staples on it, and just or down to the floor and run it around the baseboard and run it outside and around to the gap by the door and stuff. So yeah, kids today, I mean, they would just totally freak out having to go back and use stuff like that.
They wouldn't know what it was.
If we get a decent CME, we may be going back to that stuff.
Yeah. One of the things that I'm reminded of is the rotary phone.
Yep.
That it took you half an hour to make a long distance phone call.
Yeah, or the old stories back in the day where somebody goes into somebody's house, they dial the time in Tokyo and leave the phone off the hook. And their phone bill was like $7,000 after a week. Yeah, that was a thing back in the day.
All right. I know in California, you wanted to dial the time, 767, any four numbers. Basically, they called it popcorn. 767, CORN. And that's everybody you remembered, just dial popcorn. And that's how you got the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it didn't matter what area code you were in, it was popcorn.
My dad used to work in New York City when we lived in Jersey, and he would call my mom collect from the payphone in Hoboken. And depending on which train he was going to be on, there was a list of names on the wall by the phone. So he would call and say, I'd like to make a collect call to Robert. And we'd pick up the phone, collect call from Robert, will you accept? And we look at the wall chart, and there was Robert on there, which means he was on a 608 train. No, I'm sorry, he's not here, and hang up the phone. We didn't pay for the phone call. He didn't pay for the phone call. We knew he was coming on the 608.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. All right. Times are changing here, so I'm going to wrap this up here now. I finally got my supply of cough drops came in.
Yeah, you sound a little better. How you feeling?
A lot better than I was before I took a half-hour steam shower.
Oh, good.
I wish I could have stayed in there another half hour.
Yeah, last night we could tell you were feeling like crap. The night before you were feeling even worse.
Yeah, yesterday was like it was bad yesterday, but this stuff came yesterday, and I was starting to started using it in the afternoon when it came in, and my other thing I ordered, which was the Mucinex DM. Oh yeah, Mucinex DM and a Sudafed, real Sudafed. Helps you sleep so much better at night.
Did you have to flash your ID to buy it at the local store?
My daughter did because her entire family came down with it Monday afternoon.
How the grandkids doing? Are they all sick too, or no?
They all had it.
Ooh.
I'm not sure what they're like now, but I know my son-in-law had to call off sick because he was so bad. But they said, we have mandatory training. You have to come in. Then you can go home. You don't have to work your shift, but you got to come in for the 3 hours of training.
Okay, and I'll get everybody else sick. Then nobody's coming to work the next day.
They stuck him in the back in one corner and somebody else that was sick back in the other corner, away from everybody else. Yeah, somebody. I have a feeling somebody got a thing. Who told the sick people they had to come in? Oh, HR did.
It's mandatory.
Before 7-Eleven, there were mom and pop's little stores type things, and we'd go in and get the from the with a quarter and get a soda pop out of the machine, out of a glass jar. So you slid it across, you pulled it up out. They had a phone by that machine, but they had a lock on the rotary.
Yep.
All right, we're over here at the store. Yeah, we'll be home in about a half an hour.
Wait, before they started figuring out the collect call thing, you could literally make a collect call to another payphone, one payphone to another. We did it for that. Like we're standing next to each other. Remember, the payphones had a phone number on there.
Yeah,
we would call the other payphone and be like, "I want to make a collect call to Bob," and you answer the other phone. Quick call from Bob. This is Bob. I accept the charges. Okay. And we just leave the phones off the hook. The phone company was paying for their own phone bill for God only knows how long, until somebody came over and hung it up, made a phone call.
Yeah. Myra Page is in the house. All right. So, we're going to wrap it up here. Coming up tomorrow on Camp Pat and Family Compound, talking about vegetables you can grow without sunlight, which is especially good for wintertime, or growing a garden indoors where you can use whatever little light comes through the window. Saturday back here in Grayman Prepping is supply chain and customs and tariffs issues coming up. So I'm going to be talking about that. Monday is on Camp Pat and Family Compound is canning leftovers. Tactical Tuesday here in Grayman Prepping is take stock of your stock. And then, of course, next Thursday is Thanksgiving. I'll probably come on for about 15, 20 minutes, or half hour, depending on how many people are done eating by this time. They just want to sit there, vegetate. Oh, I've had too much pumpkin pie, or whatever. And we can just talk about simple stuff. It won't be very long next Thursday. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming in and saying hi to everything else. Remember, coming up in a little over a month, it's going to start the Indoor Garden Challenge. So, check for coming up here on for the Black Friday specials and stuff. Hang on, let me see. Do I still got that open? No, I don't. Actually, let me check something for you guys before you head out. Let me check something here real quick here.
So do we have to post a video on YouTube for our garden challenge, or?
Yeah, it's just a little short. You can be, a little short, like a regular short thing. All right, this is what I harvested today. I got my little scale here, so let's put it on there. Okay, I got about 3/4 of a pound of lettuce today.
That's a lot of lettuce.
That is a lot. Yeah, that would be. I've done that.
12 ounces of lettuce at an indoor. Okay, I'm good, but I'll be doing peppers and whatever else I got going.
Yeah. I got several tomatoes. Yeah. So as I've been telling people, practice experimenting to see what's going to give you the most weight.
Yeah.
All right. Let me check. I want to check. What was it? Okay. Arrow Garden.
You still on sale, or they're out of business?
Arrow Garden. There we go. Arrow Garden. Let's see what's on. They're still listed here. All right. They're actually, when they're saying Black Friday deal, they're on sale now for that price.
They're out of business, aren't they?
No, well, they're going out of business. But
Okay.
it's some of the other things. I ordered something else today that was from I can't remember what are the battery companies, for the lithium iron phosphate batteries to charge a little wall charger, trickle charger, and it was like 3/4 off.
Nice.
And so, okay, I got that to charge my batteries up with. It'll be here Saturday. But yeah, so here's your different ones here. 14 pod, 12 pod. That's a different brand. But so you got the different ones here. Let's see here. Arrow Garden here. Yeah. So they do have stuff out here. Arrow Garden. Yeah. So there's still a bunch of them out here for sale. On Black Friday itself, they may drop more. If not, then on Cyber Monday, they'll probably go. They'll probably go down even more. So if you want to, huh?
I need to get more Mylar bags for my freeze dryer. I'm running out. I just find them and send the link to my wife, and she orders them.
Black Friday's this Friday, isn't it?
No.
Tomorrow.
A week from tomorrow.
I don't know how well that's going to work up here in Canada, assuming Post Canada or Canada Post is on strike.
Yeah. Well, you may be able to buy it, and it may take 2 weeks for you to get it.
Yeah, you still get it. It just take a while.
Yeah. All right. So here's your.
I get the one. I need the one. I have tons of 1 quart pleated with the open bottom. I need the 1 pint pleated because I'm wasting my 1 quart bags on small things.
Yeah.
And it's really making me angry.
Yeah.
Can't you reuse them?
Can you reuse them? No.
Not for what he's using.
Now, when you put food in it, and then when you got to cut it open and then open the zipper, yeah, you can maybe clean it out and reuse it. I don't.
Yeah.
When I open them, they're done. They go right in the bin.
But so here's one with 35 gallons, 45 quarts, 20 pints, labels, and oxygen absorbers for $29.
Yeah, I'm real picky about. I get the 7 mil, and there's certain companies that.
This is 11.8 mil.
Okay, I still. It's a matter of what company is selling it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of very poor quality Mylar bags out there that are floating around on Amazon these days because everybody's doing freeze drying. So every random Chinese company on the planet is putting them out there, and they're crap. They're garbage.
Yeah. All right, so I've seen 15 mil, 11.8. Those are the ones like 8 mil.
Yeah. I don't need the
Yeah.
variety pack. I actually
Yeah.
go to a specific website usually to get it, and they take care of me, so I don't worry about it. I actually have a code from another website, another YouTube channel that I use, and I get like 5% off or something. He gets a little piece of the action, and I still get my bag. So
2.5 gallon ones.
that's a little large.
That's got the zip deal on it too. So that's the one you fill up with rice,
Yeah.
seal it, and put it in the 5 gallon bucket. Put about 7 or 8 of those in the 5 gallon bucket, and say, whatever, not 7 or 8, but several of them in the 5 gallon bucket. And,
yeah.
Pasta would work in there.
Yes and no. Certain pastas work, but if they have sharp edges because I chamber seal it, and when it seals down and the air pulls out of there, it'll poke holes in the bag. I found that out the hard way a couple times.
Small macaroni.
Yeah, elbow works. Certain other pasta like egg noodles and that, no, they're too sharp on the edges. They poke holes in the bags.
Okay, so
good times.
Yeah. Wallaby pint bags, 5.5 mil. Yeah,
yeah.
That's coming from down under.
Yep.
All right, folks. Went a little bit longer. All right, everyone. Take care, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow over on Kent Patton Family Compound. Take care.
Have a good night.
Good night.